Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indian, and Haitians. Gotta give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, the Most High, the Heavenly Father. His Hebrew name is Yahweh, not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahaya, not Allah. It's Yahweh. His only begotten son name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shai. Not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christus, not Yeshaya, not Yehoshua. So I gotta give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rikah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, whether you can accept it or not. And a sincere salutation to all the Akim pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hopeful elect. And shalom to the Awathium who are listening and learning, the few sisters who are listening and learning. I'm Isaiah from GMS Orlando Camp, coming at you another lesson in truth, facts, faith, and edification, another daily edification, Lord's willing, is be edifying. And I titled this, Cause and Effect. This is the righteous payback. Cause and effect, the righteous payback. Lord willing, this be edifying. So, the cause and effect of life between good and evil, right? Ups and down, left and right. You on the bottom or you on the top, right? Everything has an action and a reaction, a cause and effect, right? 2/3 of our people is accepting the ways of the world, the ways of Esau Edom, right? I went to school with him. He a good guy or she a good person. I went to school with him. When you understand the mind of Yahweh Bashim Shah, according to the scriptures, the measurements that he gave his sons and daughters, you Hebrew Israelites, to understand how things work with the Lord, right? There's a separation, one against another. This is how he made it. You can't have good without evil. And he made righteous people and he made wicked people. So Lord willing, this be edifying. Brothers, we done did many videos on this, entitled to different things. But what you gotta understand is, what Jake don't understand is, there's a righteous payback when you do something wicked, right? The world call it karma. The Lord call it judgment. Everything come back full circle. Thus saith the Lord. So when you understand this, you know at some point in our life, it must be payback for what has been done. If you did things wicked and you haven't repented for it, the Lord gonna let it come back and get you, man. That's how he works. But when you return to Yahweh Shema Shai and you repent sincerely, truthfully, faithfully, diligently, and you do what you're supposed to do, which is required of Yahweh Shema Shai, which is the will for the men, he cover you. And those things that tell you in Acts 17 and 30 that he winked at it, right? He winked at our ignorance. So that's put to the side. But if the Lord take his spirit from you and throw you back into the world, then you go backwards. Now, all those things that you was covered from, that wickedness, the Lord let it come back and get you, man. So that's the fear of the Lord. Praying and hoping that he don't take his Holy Spirit from you, that he don't send you back to get caught up with that wickedness that you have done because you done came on the righteous side because he got good and evil. That's how he made the earth. So what I'm going to start with, I'm going to start with Romans chapter 9. And I'm going to start at verse 11. Let's Romans 9 and verse 9. It reads, see, because this everything about planet Earth, everything boils down to Jacob and Esau, the Edomites and the Israelites. Everything boils down to this. Shalom, Yahweh Shema Shabbat Shem Kakadash Brakatah. Shalom. Shalom, everybody in the comment board. Yahweh Shema Shabbat Shem Kakadash Brakatah. Everything boils down to Esau and Jacob, the Israelites and the Edomites. Whether you want to accept it or not, it doesn't matter. This is Romans 9 and verse 9. For this is the word of promise. It said, for this is the word of promise. At this time I will come, and Sarah shall have a son. And not only this, but when Rebekah also have conceived by one, even by our father Isaac. For the children, being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, so Esau and Jacob may do no good, no evil, that the purpose of power according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. Who calleth? Yahweh Shema Shah, right? It reads, verse 12. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger, which we're going to read that. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Verse 14. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with God? God forbid. Because a person will say, well, why would the Lord make one good and one evil? Because this is the omnipotent Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, right? This is how they do things. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with God? God forbid. For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of God that showeth mercy. Right? Verse 17. For the scripture said unto Pharaoh, for even for this same purpose have I raised thee up. What he's saying right here, he raised Esau up that I might show my power in thee, and that my name may be declared throughout all the earth. Right? Hey, Yahweh's name was magnified when he took down the Egyptians. Right? When every time they see the Israelites, they're like, hey, get back. Don't mess with them. Hey, they got Yahweh, Yahweh with them, man. Okay? He the God of the Israelites, right? Verse 18. Therefore, he had mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he will, he hardeneth, right? Thou wilt say then unto me, what doeth he? It said, why do he yet find fault? Why did you find fault in creating a nation to be the wicked? We can't question Yahweh Shema Shah. We can't question Yahweh, right? It said, thou wilt say unto me, why doeth he yet find fault? Who have resisted his will? Nobody. You can't resist Yahweh Shema Shah will. You can't resist Yahweh's will, man. It tell you that man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man that understand his own way? We can't. You can't understand it. But the Lord, Romans 15:4 say what? The scriptures are written aforetime ago for our learning, that we through comfort and patience in the scriptures might have hope. Right? Hebrews 6:9 say, we worry about things that accompany salvation. We don't care about who the Lord made, hey, good or evil. If that's your lot, like Proverbs 16:33 say, the lot is cast into the lap. If that's your lot, according to the words of the Lord, then that's your lot. Hey, just the Wali Habashim Shah, call like Habashim Shah, that you ain't on the evil side. Now we got 2/3 of Israel, but overall, we are the righteous nation on the earth. So just be glad you not Lord willing, you ain't one of those wicked people, right? Wicked nations. Again, Romans 9 and 19, it say, thou wilt say then unto me, why doeth he yet find fault? Why would the Lord do this? If he's, because the church say, oh, he's all love, he's all righteous. No, man, the Lord is balanced. Proverbs 11:1 said the Lord is balanced, right? It say, thou wilt say then unto me, why doeth he yet find fault? For who have resisted his will? Nobody. Nay, but old man, who art thou that replies against God? Who is you to say, oh no, the Lord made everybody right, and you just got wicked peoples in the world? No, man. Who are you to reply against the Most High, man? Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua. Nay, but oh man, who art thou that replies against power? Shall a thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me dust? So you're gonna make something. You a potter. You're gonna make something. And when you make a coffee mug, or you're gonna make a plate or a vase for flowers, the vase gonna say to you, why did you make me this? I want to be a coffee mug. No. You just make it, and it is what it is, man. This is what the Lord telling, this is what the Lord saying right here, right? It say, shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me dust? Have not the potter power over the clay of the same lump? This is talking about Esau and Jacob in the same womb. Okay, understand? It's talking about Esau and Jacob. Shalom, Yahweh Shema Shai Brakatah. Have not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another vessel unto dishonor? What if God, willing to show his wrath, to make his power known, endure with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted, they was molded to destruction, right? And that he might make known the righteousness of his glory on the vessels of mercy, which he had afore prepared unto glory. Who is this? Israelites. Everything on planet Earth revolves around Esau and Jacob. Salakia, Jacob and Esau. The Israelites and the Edomites. Everything on the planet Earth revolves around these two nations, man. Okay? Up, down, left, right, good and evil. Now, who is you to say, why would the, and they always, you got people coming to the camps and say, well, why would the Lord do this? Who are you to reply against the Most High? Nobody, nothing. This is how he made his movie. When you watch movies on TV and they show you, you got the vigilante, right? You always got the ones that's saving and the ones that's destroying. You always got the two, right? You can't, the Lord made it, you got flowers, and then you got weeds that come up in the flowers. This is how he made things. Now, let's get this. This is Genesis, because that was talking about Esau and Jacob. He said he made one vessel unto honor and another vessel unto dishonor. Salakia, let me get this first. Because they're talking about the vessels that was made, right? Have not the potter power over the clay, right? To fashion it at his best. This is Isaiah. I want to get these out the way first. Isaiah 29 and 16. Why is the world upside down? Why do we have why have it's been legalized laws set for wickedness, like the LGBTQP being legalized? Why is marijuana legalized over the four corners of the earth? Why did they create bestiality laws, pass bestiality laws? Why is these things like this? Why? Why can a woman take half of her husband's money and she wasn't there when he built the money? If she wasn't there, why can a woman come in, like, I'm gonna use example, this chick Janet Jackson married this billionaire, stayed with him for 5 years, and he had to give her like some billions of his money. Why? Who have turned these things upside down? Right? So I can tell you, Job 9:24, the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges. If not, where and who is he? When it say the face of the judges, they cover the faces of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Over there in the 16th chapter, they got the finger of God touching the finger of Adam. What's the images? So-called white people, right? They covered up the images of Moses, King David, Solomon, the Israelites, all the judges of the earth, which the main two judges is Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. So it's a he covered up the face of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? We do not have a Chinese Jesus, a Japanese Jesus, a Elam. We do not have a Persian Jesus. We don't have a African Jesus. We don't have a Arab Jesus. We only have a so-called white Jesus. So he covered the faces thereof of the judges. If not, where and who is he? So if he didn't do it, who did it? Right? He hated instructions. He did. You go to court, they make you swear in on the Bible. He know that the Lord said, "Let your yeah be yeah, your no be no." But what the scriptures say, he hated instructions, right? Who have done all these things in the earth? Who's chipping all the animals? All these animals. That's why you can watch. You can turn on the TV and watch National Geographic and watch how a lion chase down a gazelle, or watch how some leopards chase after food all day, because they all chipped, man. All these animals is chipped, right? Who did this, man? This is Isaiah 29:16. Surely you're turning up things upside down. Who? Esau Edom shall be esteemed as the potter's clay, right? Meaning the one that fashioned you to turn things upside down. It reads, for shall the work say of him that made it, like I just read in Romans 9, shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or they say, oh, God didn't make us. We came from the Big Bang Theory. Oh, cosmic rain hit a cosmic rock, and here we are. What? Pseudoscience, all this other madness. They saying everything, but Yahweh created everything. Even this devil before he died. Well, his name is Steve Hawkins said he know that there's a God. But they say, for shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he have no understanding? Yahweh don't have no understanding. He made me to be like this. Nah, we created ourselves. What? But this is what you get. This is called a balance. This is the cause and effect of the way things are, man. See, they walk around all day, every day. I'm talking about from the six-pack Joe E to the elite E. They feel like they don't gotta pay for nothing. Everybody have to pay for everything that you have done. As it tell you in 2 Corinthians 5 and 10, we must all appear before the judgment seat of the Lord. And we've been doing so continuously over and over in reincarnation. Right? Again, for shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? This is what they say. This is how they feel, right? Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 13. It reads, consider the work of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, for who can make straight, for who can make that straight, which he have made crooked? Who can make them straight? Which he have made crooked. Why he make them crooked? He called them serpents from the garden, man. It wasn't just one. It wasn't just Satan that deceived Eve. They are a nation of people. They are serpents with an S. Okay? They are serpents with an S. Let's get this. Psalms 58 and 3. It reads, the wicked, not one, the whole nation, the whole line. It said the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. They, this is Malachi chapter 1 and verse 3. It reads, let's read 2. I loved you, saith the Lord Yahweh. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith the Lord Yahweh, yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build a desolate places. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord Yahweh hath indignation forever. Let's get to the origin of this. This is Genesis chapter 4 and verse 1. It reads, the whole cause and effect and the reason that it have to be a righteous judgment because the wickedness that is in the earth, man. There's a wickedness in the earth, and the Lord said they are the border of wickedness. Who's destroying the entire planet, man? Chemtrails in the air, GMO food. The audacity to say the world is overpopulated. It's too populated. We got to create GMO foods. And while we're creating GMO foods, we are killing to get the population down. Right? Who's giving you contaminated waters? Chemtrails. Even if you try to grow your own food, it's still chemtrails falling on your garden. Unless you got it in the greenhouse. And you still growing GMO food, because where you getting the seeds from? It say Genesis 4 and 1. And Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord Yahweh. And she again bare his brother Abel. If you understand these scriptures, Cain and Abel is Jacob and Esau in the reincarnation, man. It reads, and she bare his brother Abel, and Abel was a keeper of sheep. You got to listen to this carefully. If you have an ear, let him hear. I mean, get this understanding, man. You got to understand the blessings of Esau and Jacob and the blessings of Cain and Abel. They are the same, nothing different. Same spirits, different time. It reads, and she bare his brother Abel, and Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. What's a keeper of sheep? What do we do? What was Yahweh? What was King David? Keepers of sheep, man. Right? Doing the work, constantly focused on Yahweh Shema Shah. What did it say Jacob was? Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. What does a plain man of the Lord do? Every day, all day, all we can think about is scriptures, doing videos. We can't do enough videos, man. All we're thinking about is watching videos, bouncing off brother videos, putting precepts together, coming up with a title, doing the work, man, trying to feed the sheep, right? It say Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. What does it say about Esau and Jacob, which I'm going to read? Cain, it say Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents, but Esau was what? A man of the field. Is this not Cain? It say Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground and offered unto the Lord. That's wicked, man. And Abel, he also brought the firstlings of his flock. What are we supposed to do when we were sacrificing to the Lord, when we gave burnt offerings? If you committed a sin, right, you supposed to got any type of animal, lamb with no blemish, right? And you brought it in sacrifice. And Levites, you had to kill it, gave it to the Levites, and they sacrificed it to the Lord, right? It said he was again, and Abel, he also brought the firstlings of his flock of the fat thereof, meaning they had no blemish. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering. But unto Cain and to his offering, he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And Yahweh said unto Cain, why art thou wroth, and why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shall not thou be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. This is the same thing Isaac told Esau and Jacob, man. Let's read it again. Genesis 4 and 7. If thou doest well, shall thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him. And the Lord Yahweh said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, you is. He was the first liar and murderer, right? He was the first liar and murderer. Now let's go back real quick. Verse 7 said, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. Remember that, because we're going to go to Genesis 27. Back in verse 9. And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, you are. You the oldest. You came out first. Just like Esau, man. And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which have opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. Now, when you go to Genesis 3, it said, now art thou cursed from the earth, right? Genesis 3 and 14. And the Lord said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field. It said, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shall thou go, meaning they're going to be the bases of men, and dust shall thou eat all the days of thy life, meaning you're going to bring number confusion at where you go at, right? And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. So it's a separation between the seed of Satan and the seed of Yahweh. You see that? Now, this is Genesis 27. Oh, I'm sorry, Genesis 25 and 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord Yahweh for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived, and the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, if it's a good thing to have kids, why am I dust? Why are they fighting in my womb? And she went to inquire of the Lord, right, to a seer. And the Lord Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb. Now these are supposed to be twins. And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the Israelites and the Edomites have 2 separate mannerisms, man. Everybody know this. This ain't rocket science, man. It's simple. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, the Edomites and the Israelites. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, well, you can read about the elder shall serve the younger in 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. It said, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb, and the first came out red all over like an hairy garment. It didn't say he came out hairy all over like a red garment. It said he came out red all over like a hairy garment. If you go to Google and type in ancient garments dyed, and if you type in garments dyed in the ancient time, with red dye. They're going to show you how they used to dye skins red in the ancient time. They used to wear red garments, like if they somebody done slayed a bear or they done slayed whatever type of animal, rabbit. They used to dye them red, man. Okay, so let's say he came out red all over, like an hairy garment. You got to go to Google and punch in hairy red garment, and you'll see what it looked like. But he's red all over. They are not white. They have no pigment, no melanin, or they lack pigment and melanin, so their blood show forth through their skin, which makes them different shades of red, different shades of pink, right? So it say, and they call his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, which represented 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning. It that followeth. Back to the cause and effect, the separation of things, why things are the way they are. And after this came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. He don't tell you how Jacob came out, because he came out normal. Verse 27, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. What was Cain? A tiller of the ground. Same difference, man. And Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. What does it mean? He was a keeper of sheep, man. Just like Abel. You gotta understand what the scriptures say through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. These are the same two men. Cain and Abel is Esau and Jacob, man. It said Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of the venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob, right? Jacob saw a pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau sold, and Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? And Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he swore to him, and he sold his birthright to Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. This is Genesis 27. This is Genesis 27. And I'm going to start at verse. This is about how Jacob supplanted Esau for the blessing. Esau sold him the birthright, right? He sold it to him. Let's see how cunning this guy say. This how cunning he is. This is Genesis 27. And we're going to start at verse 30. Genesis 27:30. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac, his father. Hey, just a side note. Just thought about when it said he yet scarce gone out. Hey, what it saying in 1 Peter 4:18? The righteous shall scarcely be saved, man. Hey, that's cold, man. Hey, cause that link right together, man. Hey, you got to think about that link right together with 1 Peter 4:18. But anyway, Salakia. And Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting, and he also had made savory meat and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, let my father rise and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac his father said unto him, who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, the firstborn Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly and said, who? Where is he that have taken venison and brought it to me? And I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him, and he shall be blessed. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceedingly bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father. And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety and have taken away thy blessing. And he said, Is he not rightly named Jacob? For he have supplanted me these 2 times. Hold on. Jacob did supplant Esau the first time for the birthright. Jacob was sitting in his tent cooking food. What we love to do, what Jake love to do, cook, eat, drink wine, and make merry. Hey, and have some marriage, right? That's what we like to do. Chill, eat, drink. Sip on some yayan or eat some strong drink. Hey, eat. What a real bet, right? Esau love the parasail, scuba dive, bungee jump, rock climbing, all this. They love doing that. We like to chill, man, right? It's a And he said, Is he not, is he right? Is not he rightly named Jacob? For he have supplanted me these 2 times. Jacob didn't supplant him. You came up on us talking about, hey man, that smell good. Let me get some of that. Hold on, bro. It ain't done yet. Let me finish cooking. No, bro, feed me that right now. I'm hungry. I ain't catching nothing today. I've been out there for 8, 9 hours sitting in the deer stand. I ain't catching nothing today. Let me get something to eat. Hey, it ain't done. Man, don't worry about it. Just let me get it. Okay, cool. The meat's still raw. That's why I like they steaks medium rare today, man. Why? Because he wouldn't let the meal cook, man. They want their steak right now, medium rare, man. Steak tartare with blood coming out of it, right? For he have supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now have he taken away my blessing. And he said, Hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy Lord. What did it just say in Genesis 4, what I read? Let's read again. Genesis 4, just linking it, showing you these are the same people. Genesis 4:9. And the Lord said unto Cain, Where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? Right? No, Salakia. Right here. I'm sorry. Genesis 4:7. It's the Lord telling Cain, If thou doest well, thou shalt not be accepted. If thou doest well, thou shalt not, Salakia, if thou doest well, shall not thou be accepted? He like, if you do what's right, you're going to be accepted. And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. Listen, and unto thee shall be his desire, right? And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. Jumping back to Genesis 27. Here we go. Genesis 27 and 38 and 37. And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? Same thing the Lord was saying to Cain, right? Listen. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. And this is a false blessing. And by thy sword shall thou live, and shall serve thy brothers. So he gave him a carnal blessing, Salakia, not a false blessing, which is false. He gave him a carnal blessing, right? And by thy sword shall thou live. That's why they have over 800 military bases around the world, right? Everywhere you go at, they have garrisons in every country. Just same way King David had garrisons all throughout Edom and all around. The same thing they doing now, man, right? Hey, because their whole thing is vengeance, man. Get back. And by the sword shalt thou live, and thou shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob, and Esau hated Jacob. What did the Lord say? I loved Jacob and hated Esau. Same, man. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob. Right? Now let's dig in. That was the introduction. This is Psalms 137 in verse 7. It reads, see, after that birthright and blessing, Esau had a perpetual hatred. After the blessing of Abel, Cain had a perpetual hatred, man. So he had to kill him. What did Esau say? When my father died, I'm going to slay this man. He didn't get a chance to. The Lord put the spirit. When you read that story, you keep reading Genesis 27, it tell you, matter of fact, let's read it real quick. Let's go back. Just read one verse. One verse. Genesis 39 and 41 again. It said, Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob. And these words of Esau, her eldest son, were told to Rebekah, and she sent and called Jacob her youngest son, and said unto him, behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doeth comfort himself, proposing to kill thee. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice and arise, flee thou to Laban, my brother, to Haran. So he never got a chance to kill Jacob. So what it turned into? A perpetual hatred, man. Right? Psalms 137 in verse 7. It reads, remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. If you know about the history of what happened with the Babylonians when they took down Judah, Benjamin, and Levi out of Jerusalem, Esau was there, man. Esau was there, was cheering on, right? Let's get this to prove that point. This is Psalm 50. This is Psalm chapter 50 and 16. It reads, but unto the wicked, God saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Meaning you don't supposed to put your hand on this Bible. That's how this is not their Bible, this is our book. Or that thou shouldst take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instructions, and casting my words behind thee. And I always make the point on this, right? It said he hated instruction and he cast the words of the Lord behind him. Why? Because they said, and when you read in Psalms 14, the fool said in my heart, there is no God. It say, seeing thou hatest instructions and cast my words behind thee. I had told Esau and Jacob, don't get away from Canaan. Esau when he got away from Canaan, right? Esau is from Isaac and Rebekah. He knew the laws, but what did he do now? He passed bestiality laws. He passed LGBTQ laws, right? They don't do the land Sabbath for let the land rest in the 7th year. They don't do that. That's why the food is destroyed. That's why there's no minerals in the food. He hated instructions, and he cast the words of the Lord behind him. But then he make you go into court and swear on the Bible, and he know you're supposed to swear. Your yeah supposed to be yeah, and your no supposed to be no. If a person can't take you for that, hey, with that old saying, my word is my, hey, all I have is my balls and my word, man. My word and my balls. They supposed to your life line supposed to be off your word, man. But they said no, swear to me. And now you got Jake today. We 500 years later, man. I swear on my mama. I swear on my unborn child and all this other madness, man. Where that come from? Because of the wicked, because of the unbalance in the earth, man. Right? It's a when thou sawest a thief, this is the point to link with Psalm 137 and 7. When thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him and has been partakers with adulterers. Right? Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue framest deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thy slanderest thy own mother's son. This is talking about Esau and Jacob right here. It said what? Psalm 50 and 18, when thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him and has been partakers with adulterers. Back in Psalms 137, we got to go to the origin to get you people to understand out there who is the unbalance in the earth, man. And it's Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Psalm 137 and 7. Remember, O Lord Yahweh, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, bring it down, even to the foundation thereof. Bring it down to the ground, destroy them. Those my brothers' kids, destroy them. Right? This is Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 10. It reads, for the violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that strangers carried away captive his forces. Who carried us away captives? The Babylonians. It say you were standing there watching. Take them down, destroy them, throw them in captivity, kill them, pull on his legs, hang him and put on his legs. It say, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners entered into her gates. This was way before 70 AD. This is what, 586 BC, somewhere up in there when the Babylonians took us down in Jerusalem, 586, if I ain't mistaken, right? Where do you think they get this from? During 70 AD, they saw how the Babylonians, the Lord put a spirit on them, but they saw how the Babylonians took us down. So Esau did it too in 70 AD, man. It say, in the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day of the strangers carried away captive his forces, and the foreigners entered into his gates and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was as one of them. But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger, neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in their destruction, neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity, yet thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Now you like, hold on, he right here. Hey, hold him till they, yeah. And he ran over here. They ran over there. Oh, catch him, hold him till they get here. That's what you did. Thou shouldest have. It say, neither shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. For the day of the Lord Yahweh is near upon all the heathen, all of them, all of them, all of them, Lord, all 17 heathen nations. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. This is the cause and the effect why things are the way they are in the earth, unbalanced and balanced. Again, for the day of the Lord Yahweh Bashim is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. You call it karma. Yahweh shall call it judgment. Verse 16, for as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. That's all 17 heathen nations, man. Yeah, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they have not been. Right? They shall be as though they have not been. Okay. This is, let's go back to Genesis, right? 4. Because the Lord told Cain, right? It say, and the Lord said unto Cain, Genesis 4:9, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not, am I my brother's keeper? And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood cried unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which have opened up her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. Right? When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. Meaning, hey, that's why they got GMO food, because they don't do the land Sabbath. So it ain't gonna be no minerals. And the reason show you how cold the Lord is. It said, when thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. Why? Because the Lord script him. He script Cain. So you ain't gonna be following the laws. You ain't gonna follow the laws. You're gonna do everything outside of following the laws. So now your food ain't gonna have minerals in it, right? This is what the Lord is saying. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shall thou be in the earth. Who has they been since they've been in rulership? They've been the Greeks, they the Romans, they the so-called white people. White is a social construct that you created in 1681, man. Right? You ain't white. You ain't the Greeks. You ain't the Romans. You are Edomites, man. Right? It's a fugitive and a vagabond should thou be in the earth. And Cain said unto the Lord Yahweh, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from the face, and from thy face shall I be hid. And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth, and it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. Because anybody that see what happened to a person that got leprosy, and you know it's a sin, and you know Yahweh put it on you, man. You did something horrible to get leprosy, man. Okay? You can read that in Numbers 12 and 10. It say, and the Lord said unto him, therefore, whosoever slave Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. That's why we can't do nothing. That's why the Lord say, wait ye upon me till I rise up to the prey. His determination is to gather the nations. When you read in Zephaniah 3, man, we can't do nothing. Why? Let's read this. Psalms 73 and verse 5. The Lord put a hedge around them. And you got to understand these precepts, man. This Psalm 73 and 5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men, even though they got leprosy. Therefore, pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covered them as a garment. Why does violence cover them as a garment? Because the Lord say in Genesis 4, let's read it again. And the Lord, Genesis 4 and 15, and the Lord Yahweh said unto him, therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, because Cain came back as Esau, if you try to raise up against these people, and the Lord said unto Cain, unto him, therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. So when we do things to go against the Lord's order, we get judged. We get the worst judgment. You got a Jake that go out and commit murder, and you got an Edomite that go out and commit murder. Who gonna get the worse charge? They can commit the same murder. I don't care if it's premeditated. Guess what? Both might get sentenced, but guess who gonna get the death penalty, and one might get life, or one might get 30 years, and the other might get 2 years, or might get the other one might get 5 years, and the other might get probation. Come on, man, because the Lord put a hedge around them from the garden, man. And the Lord Yahweh said unto him, therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain. It's not talking about an X on his forehead. The Christians say, oh, these wacky plantation Christians, talking about, oh, the Lord just put a X on him. No, man. No, he didn't. He stripped him of his pigment, his melanin. Least any find me, he said, least any shall find him should kill him. Why? Because he had leprosy, man. And let's prove that real quick. This is Numbers chapter 12 and verse, let's start at 10. It reads, and the Lord departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. And Aaron said unto Moses, alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us, whereas we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned. Hey, so Aaron like, oh man, if the Lord turned Miriam leprous, he gonna do me the same way, right? Let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed when he cometh out of his mother's womb. Why did it say he come out of the mother? Why did it say that like if she comes out of mother's womb, like another baby that was born some other time? No, he said, let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed when he cometh out of his mother's womb. Who is talking about? He talking about Esau right here, man. No pigment, no melanin, leprous, right? And Moses cried unto the Lord Yahweh, saying, heal her now, O power, I beseech thee, right? So it's a sin. The point is, the lower script came of his pigment, man, his melanin, right? So when you read verse 21, right? This is Genesis 4 and 23. And Lamech said unto his wives, Adah and Zillah, hear my voice, ye wives of Lamech, hearken unto my speech, because Lamech is a descendant of Cain, right? For I have slain a man to my wounding, just like Cain did Abel, and a young man to my hurt, right? Just like Cain did Abel, because Abel was the youngest son. Verse 24, if Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70 and 7, truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold. So this is Lamech saying, because my great grandfather slayed his brother and then nothing get happen to him, right? I can do the same thing. Why can they do this? The Lord say, therefore, whosoever shall slay of Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. That's why we spiritual. We can't do this. Our spirituality is not to live by the damn gun. You can't tap into Esau's blessing, man. We spiritual. 2 Corinthians 10 and 4 tell you that the weapons of our warfare are mighty through the power of Yahweh Shemawashah to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down the imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of Yahweh, man. Right? Of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh. We can't tap into their blessing. They can't tap into ours. That's what the Lord said in Psalm 50 and 16. What has thou to do to declare my statutes, seeing thou haters instructions? They can't tap into your blessing, Jake. And we can't tap into theirs. They got a hedge around them. And we do too. You got to understand that when you turn back, you repent. When you repent, the Lord saying Acts 7:30, he winked at our ignorance, man. When you turn back to Yahweh Shema Shai, you is covered. They can't touch you, man. They probably can physically throw you in prison, in jail. They probably can physically kill you. But guess what? There's a go fix, man. They can't get the kingdom of heaven. And we can't get their blessing. But Jake won't. Jake won't what he seal, which is a carnal, wicked, endless thing. It's ending real soon. We can't tap into that, man. It's a great goat fix, man. Just like Lazarus and the rich man. The rich man was the elites of the world. Lazarus was the Israelites. We can't tap into their blessing, man. They got a hedge. We got a hedge. We got the real hedge. They got a carnal hedge. Back in Psalms, again, 73 and verse 5, it reads, they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore, pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covered them as a garment, man. Because they got a hedge around them where they can slay. It's the what Lamech said, if my father shall be avenged sevenfold, Cain, truly Lamech 70 and 7. What did Yahweh say to Peter? I think it was Peter that asked Yahweh, if my brother come up against me, what did Yahweh say? Peter said, should I forgive him 7 times? Yahweh say 70 and 7. You see that? Because on the right hand side, man, you got to do this. This is spiritual. We have to be in order, man. Everything had to be done decent and in order. And the Lord gave us the laws. And they tell you right there that when the Lord told Cain that when you till the ground, it shall not yield the full strength to you. That was showing the Lord script Cain of everything that was righteous, man. Now you are what? The first wicked on the earth, man. Well, not the first, because Esau was in the garden. The serpent was in the garden, but Cain was the first murderer, man. Okay? The first liar. He lied to Yahweh right in his face. I don't know my brother. Am I my brother's keeper? He's the first liar and killer. That's why the Lord said when you read in John, um, you are of your father the devil, man. And the lust of your father you would do. And he was talking to who? 2/3 of Israel, man. Right? First and foremost, it's about you Israelites, man. But this whole movie is about Jacob and Esau. Moving on. Because this is about the perpetual hatred that they had since the garden. They can hate you and they got a covering about it. They can hate you and they can kill you and get away with it because they got a hedge around them, man. But you know what? The hedge is only going to be but for a moment. Like it said in Job 14:5. Right? This is, so they was there when the Babylonians took us down. They was there. Right? Why? Why did they cheer it on? Because they have a perpetual hatred. Ezekiel 35. You see, when you understand these scriptures, man, when you go through these scriptures over and over and over, it's more light shedded, man. You really understand, like, okay, it's them. They the ones, man. Who's been doing us like this since the mid 1300s? Who been doing this, man? Who did this during the time of Alexander the Greek? Who did it? It's not rocket science, man. Go look at history, read these scriptures, and they all link together, man. One to another. This is Ezekiel 35:5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time of their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, since thou hast not hated blood. Even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains with his slain men. So he says, sure, they ain't talking about no damn mountain. And thy hills and in thy valleys and in thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. Now I'm going to show you how cold they are, right? When you read, let's read this. This is Numbers chapter 20, and I'm going to hit the point. I'm going to show you something. Because after Jacob got the blessing and the birthright, right? Esau had a perpetual hatred from that point on. Let's read this. This is Numbers chapter 20 in verse 14. Listen to this. This is Numbers 20 and 14. And Moses sent messenger from Kadesh unto the kingdom, unto the king of Edom, because we was coming through and we was at the point we was close to entering into Esau land, right? This is Numbers 20 and 14. And Moses sent messengers from Kadesh unto the king of Edom. Thus saith thy brother Israel, thou knowest all the travail that have befallen us, how our fathers went down into Egypt, and we have dwelt in Egypt a long time. And the Egyptians vexed us and our fathers. And when we cried unto the Lord Yahweh, he heard our voice and sent an angel and have brought us forth out of Egypt. And behold, we are in Kadesh, a city in the utmost of thy border. Right? Let us pass, I pray thee. Now Moses sent messengers to go talk to the king of Edom. This is our uncle now. Esau and Jacob brothers. So us as Israelites, these are our uncles, man. These are our brothers. These are cousins. Okay? These are our uncle's sons, right? Let us pass, I pray thee, through thy country. We will not pass through thy fields or through thy vineyards. Neither will we drink of the water of the wells. We will go by the king's highway. We will not turn to the right hand nor to the left until we have passed thy borders. And Edom said unto him, thou shalt not pass by me, lest I come out against thee with the sword, man. Why? We just trying to pass through, man. The Lord is sending us to our land. We finna go get the land of Canaan. Hey, Esau heard how Yahweh, Bahashim Habashah, took down these Egyptians. Like, hey, nah, they ain't coming through here, right? At least I come out against you with the sword, which was his blessing. So it's only right that he's going to say that, right? Verse 19. And the children of Israel said unto him, we will go by the king, we will go by thy highway, and if I and my cattle drink of thy water, then I will pay for it. I will only, I will only, without doing anything else, go through on my feet. And he said, thou shalt not go through. And Edom came out against him with much people and with a strong hand. Thus Esau refused to give Israel passage through his border, wherefore Israel turned away from him. Right? So you see, Esau didn't let us pass through, man. Why? Because of the perpetual hatred. Watch this. This Job, this Job 15 and 19, man. Hey, these guys is crazy, man. You just the Lord made that's separation, man. This is Job 15. Now we know Job 9:24 said what? The earth was given to the hand of the wicked, right? This Job 15 and 19. And for all you dumb bug outs that talking about Job was an Edomite because he was living in the land of Uz, you got to be out of your mind. Job was constantly going in on these devils, man. Talking about Job was an Edomite. This Job 15 and 19. Unto whom alone the earth was given. Who was the earth given to? The wicked. And no stranger passed among them. So we were strangers to Esau. I just read it in Numbers 20. He didn't let us pass through. That's what this verse talking about in Job 15 and 19. Unto whom alone the earth was given, and no stranger passed among them. We were strangers. They wouldn't let us pass through, man. That's the perpetual hatred, right? So back in Ezekiel 35, in verse 6, or verse 7. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains with his slain men, and thy hills, and in thy valleys, and in thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. When you read in Psalm 37 and 15, he said, they shall fall upon their own sword, right? Because like I love to bring out, Isaac blessed Esau with the sword. He told me he shall live by the sword, but he never told him that he was going to die by that same sword, man. He never told him that you got to die by that same sword, right? Ezekiel 35 and 9. I will make thee perpetual desolation, and thy cities shall not return, and ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh. Because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, the northern and the southern kingdom, and we will possess it, whereas the Lord was there. So this is him boasting with blasphemy, right? Therefore, as I live, said the Lord Yahweh Bahashim power, I will even do according to thy anger. He said he's going to do to your anger that you had against the Israelites, and according to thy envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them, and I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee. That's why I say we're going to, in the last days, the Israelite men, the hopeful elect men was going to stand in great boldness in front of the face of such as have afflicted them and made no count of our labors. So we stand in great boldness in the highways and byways in front of you devils that afflicted us and made no count of our labors, man. Right? And thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh, and that I have heard all thy blasphemies which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying, they are laid desolate, they are given us to consume. Thus with your mouth have you boasted against me, which I love to bring out in Revelation 13, in verse 5 and 6, and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them, right? Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Bahashim power, when the whole earth rejoiceth, I will make thee desolate. Okay? Why? Because of that perpetual hatred. This is Amos chapter 1. Let's read this. I brought it. I had a brother bring this out about 2-3 weeks ago when a guy came up and said, how do we know that Esau Edom is a so-called white man, right? So I asked him, I said, after we had to flee from the Romans during 70 AD, and we had to flee into Africa, right? When you can read this in Luke 21. The Lord said, when you see Jerusalem come by with armies, flee you into the mountains. What was he talking about? 70 AD, right? So I asked the Jake, he looked like he could have been a Jake. I say, so when we had to flee from the Romans during 70 AD, and we had to flee into Africa, northern west part of Africa, Spain, Portugal, Europe, we went all over. I said, when we had to flee, right? How do we get to America from fleeing to Africa? When I explained to, we brought it out how we had to flee to Africa because we blended in, right? Because of the skin tones, right? What happened on that time? Because I said most of our people believe that our captivity, no, I'm sorry, Slovakia. Most of our people believe that our whole life and history started with we was born in Africa. We Africans. That's what they believe. Our people believe this. So I said, I'm asking the brother, when we had to flee into Africa, I said, I don't know if you knew that, but we had to flee into Africa, running from the Romans. So when we got into Africa, what happened? He was like, I don't know. So I said, the so-called Africans, the Hamites, they snatched us up and they sold us to the so-called white man for muzzle-loading guns, cheap rum, and wine. This is history. It's in the scriptures. If you don't believe it, go find the history and come back and read it in Amos 1 and read in Joel, the 3rd chapter, which I am going to read because this is all a perpetual hatred. So I said, when they snatched us up, he said, yeah, I know about that. I know about them selling us. Okay, so that's going on. So they sold us. They brought us over here, right? So I said, listen to this. This Amos chapter 1, verse 3. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Damascus, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they have threshed Gilead with threshing instruments of iron. Why I say iron? Real quick, when you go back to Genesis 4, let me tell you what it said about Tubal. This is Genesis 4 and 22. It reads, and Zillah, she also bare Tubal, an instructor of every artificer in brass and iron. Okay? Going back to Amos 1 and 3. It say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Damascus, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they have threshed Gilead. Who was in Gilead? Israelites, man, with threshing instruments of iron. But I will send a fire upon the house of Hazael. Hazael, listen, who is Hazael? He was an Edomite. Listen to this real quick. I got to bring it out. 2 Kings 8 and 14. Listen to this. 2 Kings 8 and 12. And Hazael said, why weepeth my Lord? This is what Elisha told Hazael. And Hazael said, why weepeth my Lord? And he said, because I know the evil that thou wilt do unto the children of Israel. Their strongholds will thou set on fire, which they did, Jerusalem, 70 AD. And their young men will thou slay with the sword, which is they did, because that's their blessing, and will dash their children and rip up their women with child. Did not the conquistadors and Spaniards come over here and do that to the Gadites and the Reubenites and the Issacharites and the Ephraimites and the Simeonites? Did they do that? They did it, man. Hazael, Elisha tell them, you're going to rip up the women when they got children. Man, listen, these scriptures is foolproof, man, right? Going back to Amos chapter 1. So Amos 1 in verse 4, but I will send a fire into the house of Hazael, which shall devour the palaces of Ben-Hadad. Right? Ben-Hadad is an Edomite, man. Go back and read the story in 1 Kings, man. Okay? About the Edomite that fled from Solomon, man. It say, I will break also the bar of Damascus and cut off the inhabitants from the plain of Aven, and him that holdeth the scepter from the house of Eden, and the people of Syria shall go into captivity of Kir, saith the Lord. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Gaza, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they carried away the captive, the whole captivity, to deliver them up to Edom. Right? Who delivered us up to Edom? This is talking about the Hamites, man. Listen, But I will send a fire on the wall of Gaza, which shall devour the palaces thereof, and I will cut off the inhabitants from Ashdod, and him that holdeth the scepter from Ashkelon, and I will turn my hand against Ekron, and the remnant of the Philistines shall perish, saith the Lord Yahweh, for Hashem Yahweh power. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Tyrus, and for 4 Hamites, I will not turn away the punishment of, because they delivered up the whole captivity to Edom, and remember not the brotherly covenant. But I will send a fire on the wall of Tyrus, which shall devour the palaces thereof. Who delivered the whole captivity to Edom? Hamites, man. And I asked the brother that, and I had the brother read the scripture, and he was blowed. Yeah, the scriptures is foolproof, man. Romans 15 and 4, these scriptures were written a 4 time ago for our learning, that we through confident pace in the scriptures might have hope, man. And we got hope, a whole heap of it, man. That pierces all the way to the heavens, man. That's how much faith and hope we know. Amos 1 and 11. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn the punishment away thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity. He kept his wrath forever. And Salakia, read again, because he pursued his brother with the sword, which is 1. He did cast off all pity, 2. And his anger did tear perpetually, 3. And he kept his wrath forever, 4. Right? But I will send a fire upon Teman, which shall devour the palaces of Basra. Right? This is wow. Hey, I'm just sitting here thinking. Cold, man. Cold, man. This is Ecclesiasticus 33, and I'm starting at verse 10. It reads, and all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth. In much knowledge, the Lord had divided them, right? It said the Lord divided them and made their ways diverse. Some of them have he blessed and exalted, and some of them have he sanctified and set near himself. But some of them have he cursed and brought low and turned out of their places. When you go back to Genesis 3, what he tells the serpent, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field, and on thy belly shall thou go, right? You're cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field. On thy belly shall thou go, meaning brought low, and you shall eat dust all the days of thy life, meaning confusion, right? Everywhere you go at, they bring confusion, and they are the basis of men. It's verse 13. As the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, it's talking about Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, right? As the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him to render to him as liking him best. So when I read Romans 9:22, it said the vessels of wrath fitted for destruction. The Lord made them to be the wicked. This is the cause and the effect on the planet, man. This is why there is unbalance and balance. It's a Ecclesiastes 33 and 14. Good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. So look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are 2 and 2, one against another, man. This is the order the Lord made it. This is how he made the order, man. Right? This is Proverbs chapter 11 and 1. It reads, a false balance is abomination to the Lord Yahweh, but a just weight is his light. Right? Proverbs 16 and 11. A just weight and balance are the Lord's. All the weights of the bag are his work. So everything that has been done is because the Lord set it up, man. He fashioned them to be the wicked of the earth. He fashioned you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indian Haitians to be the righteous elect. But only one third going to come out of here. But you as a whole are the righteous and they are the wicked. This is Job 14 and verse 4. It reads, who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, that has appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Again, Job 14 and 4, who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one. Right? Let's get a precept to that. Ecclesiasticus 34 and verse 4. It reads, of an unclean thing, what can be cleansed? And from that which is false, what truth can come? What does the word doctor mean? To falsify. Right? What Job 13 and 4 say? They are forgers of lies. They are physicians of no value. Right? Why could they doctors? All they do is falsify. They just patch you up, cover up. They give you medicine to help you with your symptom, but it doesn't cure the disease. Right? Job 34 and 4. See, like Ecclesiastes 34 and 4. Of an unclean thing, what can be cleansed? And from that which is false, what truth can come? That's why to tell the truth, to tell a lie, you have to know the truth. And what are they? They the liars of the earth. We the truthers of the earth. Right? Ecclesiastes 7 and 13. It reads, consider the work of Yahweh Ba'ashim Awashai. Who can make that straight which he have made crooked? You can't. They are the wicked, the crooked serpents of the earth, man. They cannot be made clean. Hey, so Lord willing, edifying. Gotta give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahawashi, Bahashim Yakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, rule well, who teach well, in the sense of salutation to all the doctrine, pushing the truth and believing in truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hopeful elect. Shalom to the Akwatim who are listening and learning. The few sisters who are listening and learning. Lord willing, edifying to next time. I say Shalom. Oh, I got a couple precepts. Let's read these. This is walk circumspect 144, Proverbs 19 and 13. A foolish son is the calamity of his father, and the contention of a wife are a continual dropping. Right. So when you read in Ecclesiastes, what is that, 10 and 8, it says unrighteous, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit. As a matter of fact, let's get this. This is Ecclesiastes 41 and verse 7. It reads, the children will complain of ungodly fathers because they shall be reproached for his sake. So they got to pay for everything that their forefathers did. This is Isaiah 14 and 21. It reads, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Who set the world full of cities? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Right? It said prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers. So everything they did to the conquistadors and the Spaniards, Salakia, everything that the conquistadors and Spaniards did when they came over here and slaughtered the North American Indians and the so-called Mexicans and went to the islands and killed the so-called Puerto Ricans, they got to pay for that. When they brought the so-called Negroes from Africa over here on slave ships, that the slave ships were bought from Ishmael, our uncle, was the father of the Arabs, they all got to pay, man. Revelation 13 and 10 reads, what? He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. And he that killeth with a sword must be killed with a sword. Who's gunning down Trayvon Martin and Eric Brown and Mike Garners and all these people? Breonna Taylor. Who's killing these people, man? So-called white people, man. They are what? The physical seeds of Satan, man. And they're going to be done away with. This is Walk Circumspect 144, Matthew 10:18. It reads, and ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. And that's who the hopefully elect gonna be. That's gonna happen to the hopefully elect, man. This Psalms 49 and 10 saying, brother, for he seeth that wise men die Likewise, the fool and the brutish person perish and leaveth their wealth to others. Right. Hey, it tell you when what is that? Let me get this. Proverbs 28 and verse 8. Beautiful precept, brother. Listen to this. It say, he that by usury and unjust gain increase his substance. How have these devils ruled over the world? Because through usury with these banks, man, interest, right? Proverbs 28 and 8 say, he that by usury and unjust gain increase his substance, he shall gather it from, it say, he shall gather it for him that will pity the poor. Who is the him that shall pity the poor? The meek of the earth, man. You so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indian Haitians. You are the poor of the earth, the meek, man. The kingdom of heaven is for you. This is Walt Circumspect 144, Matthew 12 and 26. And if Satan be cast is a and if Satan cast out Satan, he shall be divided against himself. How then shall his kingdom stand? That's why they get each other now, man. That's why the Brexit, the whole thing about the Brexit is what? EU, Britain, Great Britain, and all them separate from North America, man. Because they house is divided, man. That's why they fighting right now over this Gulf Stream pipeline, man. Okay, Denmark, USA is pissed off with Denmark because they with Russia with the Gulf Stream North 2 pipeline, man. Okay, and Denmark is a part of the EU, man. They're part of NATO and EU together as these 193 nations joined to the UN. They all separate from North America, man. They are a house divided, man. The brother put up Wall Circumspect Ecclesiasticus 48:11. Blessed are they that saw thee and slept in love. It say, blessed are they that saw thee and slept in love, for we shall surely live. Right, man. Talking about the hopeful elect of Israel on this side, only 144,000 gonna get salvation, and the unknown multitude, right? 144,000 is all men that Yahweh Shai is going to crown. The unknown multitude is men, women, and children out of the 12 tribes of Israel, man. It ain't talking about all nations, man. It tell you that in Matthew 24 and 25, when the Lord shall send his angels back, they shall gather together his elect from the four winds of the earth. Who are his elect according to the Bible? Isaiah 45 and 4 said what? Jacob, Israel, his chosen, is his elect, man. The only ones get salvation out of Babylon the Great, North America, is the elites of Israel, man. So-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indian, and Haitians, man. This is the same brothers walk circumspect, Revelation 12 and 17. And the dragon was wrought with the woman. Who is the woman? It ain't talking about Eve. It ain't talking about Mary. And the dragon was wrought with the woman and went to make war with her remnant of her seed. Who are they talking about? The woman is talking about Israel, man. You Israelites. Who is the dragon? The Roman Empire, man. What happened when Yahushua was born? This guy, Herod, son, to go kill all the kids, man, because he was trying to kill Yahushua. What did the angel tell Joseph and Mary? Flee to Egypt because the dragon is after you. The dragon is the Roman Empire, man. Who is the Roman Empire today? North America. It's the revised Roman Empire. That's why I said the one of the heads on the dragon was fatally wounded, but it was healed. How was it healed? It came back. The Roman Empire came back as North America. That's why they make you learn Roman numerals in school. That's why when you look around these buildings with all these columns on them, just like the Roman Empire, man. When you look at Washington and your downtown areas of your cities, they got the columns on the buildings, man. Look just like Rome, man. North America is the revised Roman Empire. It's a Revelation 12 and 17, and the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with her remnant of her seed. Who? That's why they killing you, Jake. Every day they gunning you down, killing you with chemtrail, GMO foods, got you eating fried foods. Now you obese, your ankles fat, you got high blood pressure and diabetes. They killing you on every level, man. Chemtrails in the air, contaminated waters, GMO foods, giving autism to the kids with these shots. They destroying us. It's the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with her remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God, right? Law, statute, and commandments, man, to the best of our ability, and have the testimony of Yahushua HaMashiach. The water for that precept, brother. Hey, so Lord willing, let me get this. Seek the Most High Kingdom, 1 John 2 and 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. Right. And when you read the, matter of fact, let me close with the rest of that verse. First John 2:17, it reads, and the world passeth away, and the lust thereof. But he that doeth the will of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua abideth forever, man. What's the will of the Father? Hey, to spread the message, man, throughout the four corners of the earth. The names of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, man, which is the only way you're going to get salvation. Jesus Christ, Jesus Christos, is not going to save you. The so-called white man is not going to save you, man. Lord wants edifying. Till next time I say shalom. Hey, the water for tuning in. May Yahweh Shema Shah continue to bless you in your houses. Stay prayed up. Times is getting serious, man. Until next time I say shalom. Wa abad babal.